We've covered a lot about how hospitals and medical groups around Omaha are preparing for the spread of coronavirus and the influx of patients needing treatment. But how are small towns across the region prepared for the pandemic? Reporter Phil Bergman went out to talk with the Volunteer Rescue Department in Mills County, Iowa.
Though there are no reported cases of coronavirus yet, Malvern Volunteer Rescue is preparing for the inevitable.
We're doing all we can to be ready for it.
Earlier this week, the department posted on Facebook changes they're planning to limit exposures. Moving forward, one volunteer will enter houses to do evaluations. If someone needs to go to the hospital, they'll be brought onto the ambulance and the rest of the evaluation will be done there.
This will help minimize the number of people coming into contact with the patient, reduce the number of minutes that we're in those confined spaces, and will hopefully limit the number of crew members that are exposed.
I think they have to protect themselves too and do as much as they can to protect the community.
Like so many small towns, supplies and resources will be the department's biggest hurdle. Currently, they don't keep a lot of supplies on hand because they can order them. That could change soon.
I foresee us probably running out of supplies at some point in the future and not being able to get them.
If exposed to the coronavirus, the volunteers will be required to quarantine.
I've got one lady that's in her mid-70s that still helps out, and I told them not to go.
There are 12 people on staff at Malvern Volunteer Rescue, so even if one or two people get sick, it's going to affect the entire department.
If we have 3 of us to stay in the house for 2 weeks, that really puts our response team down to a minimum.
If they get sick, then we're all in trouble.
But until the outbreak hits Malvern, the volunteer group is planning to do whatever it takes to help out a fellow neighbor.
When things like this arise, that everybody kind of bands together and we do what we can to help each other out.
Reporting in Malvern, Iowa, Phil Bergman, 3 News Now.
The Malvern Volunteer Rescue Department bought UV lights and fogger for the rescue units. The group says they're in communication with the Malvern Fire Department and other area rescue groups and told us they all have similar rescue policies in place.